Um, I'm basically making this video because I get asked a lot what I think about bullying. I, and I give that same answer every time to whoever asks me. I don't like it. I hate it. I've been through it. I've seen people been through it, and I just don't understand why people bully. Um, Everyone has their own definition of why, or what bullying is. But mine, if you want to know my opinion, is retarded. Bullying is stupid. It's disgusting how people can go around and make fun of other people for being different. You see, if you go up to somebody who bullies someone, if you go up to them and ask them what they think about slavery, they're gonna probably say they didn't like it because a lot of people don't, because it's not right to hold someone hostage for being different. Bullying someone for their different personalities is basically bullying people for having different skin color. Just because there's different skin color doesn't mean we're not equal. You shouldn't bully someone for being different from you when in return they're not really different. They just have a different definition of normal. You can't say your definition of normal is right, because if you look in a dictionary and look up the word normal, you are not in there. Your name does not show up in that fine print. Your name will never be in there because in return, we don't see you as being normal either. Okay, when slavery was still here and all the stuff about whites and blacks were here, you saw more than half the world go up against it because it's not right to make fun of someone or control someone or put up signs to say that it's not right to have different skin color. If you asked people what they thought about that, they would tell you it's not wrong. It's not right. Because it's not right to sit there and say just because you have different skin color, it's okay to make fun of them. It's okay to beat someone. It's not. Just like it's not okay to bully someone. I don't see the difference between someone having a different personality and someone having different skin color. You walk into school, you see everyone with different skin color, just like you walk into a school and see everyone with different personalities. But you don't walk into a school and see people being bullied because one's black or one's Asian or one's white. You don't see that because it doesn't happen a lot in our school. But yet, you walk into a school and you see bullies bullying someone because they like Pokemon or because they still watch cartoons or stuff like that, or the way they dress. Maybe they like doing that. It's not the fact that they can control what they're doing. It's just the way they are. But yet people still bully them. If it's okay to bully someone for their personalities, then it's okay to bully someone because they have different skin color. There's not really a big difference, because in return, everyone is different. And you should not be bullied because of it. Back then, they had billions of people, if that many or that less, go around and make speeches because of not being right to have a sign that says blacks this way or whites this way. Martin Luther King Jr. was basically famous because he did a lot of speeches to stop that. But yet you don't see someone being famous they because they made a speech about bullying. You don't see that going around because it does not happen. No one is going to be as famous as him because they don't see bullying as a big thing. You don't see people trying to kill themselves because they have different skin colors. It doesn't happen a lot, even though it still happens, it's not as much as you would see people going around because they're being bullied, they kill themselves. More than half of suicide happens because they are bullied. It disgusts me because there's no difference between being bullied for having different skin colors than having different personalities. If we were all the same, this world would be boring. And no one likes boring. Because it's just there and it's not something everyone wants. When you walk into the school, the first thing you'll probably see when you turn the corner is someone laughing at a group of people for talking about something else they don't like. You don't walk into a school and see people making fun of someone because they have different skin color, because it doesn't really happen as often as bullying for different personalities. No one likes the same thing all the time. And people should not be bullied because of it. I find it completely stupid how people can go around and bully people. In return, if you line us all up on against a wall, everyone in the world is just lined up. All you can tell, everyone's different. Everyone, inside and out, everyone is different. And nobody should be bullied because of it. If you put the group of bullies in there and the people that are being bullied, what is the difference? Nothing. They're all human beings. If you get everyone to be quiet for 5 minutes, you're not going to see a difference between anybody because they're all human beings. And they should not be bullied because they talk about different things or because they dress a certain way. Nobody's going to want this whole world to dress in the same clothing or be the same size or talk the same way. Nobody wants that because it's stupid and boring. So why make fun of someone who's different? If you look at yourself and compare yourself to someone else, you basically are being bullied too if you look at it. Just because you have swag doesn't mean anything because it's just a piece of clothing that you find cool. Maybe we or people that dress differently that are being bullied find our clothing cool. Everyone has a different definition, and why can't people just understand that? I've seen people come into school with marks on them. I've come to school with marks on me. Because bullying is a big impact on people's lives. People say cutting and attempted suicide, and suicide is selfish. But have you sat there and thought about maybe bullying is selfish too? Bullying someone is putting someone else's life in danger. Because it's not right. And it hurts. People have feelings. And we all have a different way of handling them. Some people find comfort from cutting themselves because it's just how we comfort ourselves. It's not really something we can handle when it just happens. Bullying isn't right because it can hurt a lot of people. It can basically emotionally damage people. A lot of people have depression. A lot of people become bulimic because bullying. Some people can't help the way they look. Have you ever sat there and thought about you're bullying a kid who's poor? Or you're bullying a kid who has an eating disorder? You've never sat there and thought about that in the moment that you're bullying them because it doesn't pop into your head. The only thing you're thinking about is what's wrong with them. When you shouldn't, because in that moment you should probably think before you do. Think about why they are probably like that, or why they do the things they do. Maybe they can't help it, or maybe they like the way they do it. Just like you can't help the fact that you're different too. Everyone's different, and bullying should not be something that it's just in the way of that happening. Because some people might act like they don't care, but in return it really does hurt them. Emotional pain is just as bad as physical pain. Because physical scars could go away at some point, but emotional pain can't. It's not something you can forget. At a young age, you probably broke your arm and you forget completely about it because it's not there anymore. But emotional pain, if you're bullied at a young age, you're going to always remember it. Because you're always going to want to change yourself. Because you know you think of that as a mistake because people bully you for it. I don't think people should be bullied because of it. Because it really does hurt. I don't find suicide and cutting selfish because it's a way of people it's the way people just make themselves feel better. Or it's a way to punish yourself for being different. Because some people find themselves mistaken and they do it because they think they're punishing themselves enough to do it differently. Some people can't help it, and they should not be bullied because of it. That's what I think about bullying. It's disgusting, it's selfish, and retarded, and I think it should not be here. People make stuff up about bullying. Schools go around and say anti-bullying all the time, but you don't see them trying to really make a difference. Well, I think it's time that someone tries to. And best believe I'm gonna try, because I'm tired of seeing people get hurt because of it. I don't care what happens while I'm in the process of stopping this, but all I can say is bullying is stupid. And it should not be done. Now, before I end this video, I want you to actually think about the things you're doing. Think about who you're hurting. Think about everything before you actually do it and actually try to make a difference. Try to change the world. Make it better. Don't make it worse. Don't just sit around and watch people get hurt. Make a difference.